Just over a decade ago, in March of 2015, Valeria Luiselli began working as a volunteer interpreter in a New York City federal immigration court downtown. The role seemed straightforward enough. All she had to do was ask unaccompanied migrant children 40 questions and translate them from Spanish to English. Question number 1, why did you come to the United States? Question number 38, what do you think will happen if you go back home? Those answers would help a lawyer determine whether a case could be made to prevent the child from being deported. Sometimes the answer was yes, sometimes the answer was no. Then Luiselli would do it again and again and again. That's the premise of today's Velshi Band Book Club feature, an extended personal essay written by Valeria Luiselli about her experience. It's called Tell Me How It Ends. Told in just over 100 pages, Tell Me How It Ends is equal parts fact, narrative, storytelling, and a bit of Luiselli's own story. Luiselli, the daughter of a diplomat, left Mexico at the age of 2. She would go on to live in Costa Rica, in South Korea, and South Africa. She would attend boarding school in India and then college back in Mexico. Now she's a mother living in New York City. Tell Me How It Ends confronts questions of privilege, identity, and our role, literally every American's role in this broken system. It's unsurprising that it's ended up in the swath of books banned and challenged across the country. Quote, because being aware of what is happening in our era and choosing to do nothing about it has become unacceptable. Because we cannot allow ourselves to go on normalizing horror and violence. Because we can all be held accountable if something happens under our noses and we don't dare even look, end quote. That's the world we live in right now. It's all happening under our noses. Do we dare to look? Luiselli is careful to ground the reader in the bureaucratic realities of her volunteer work, in the documents, the lawyers, the hearings, the Obama-era policies. There are so many people, so many children who need guidance and paperwork and a lawyer. The questions he was tasked with asking the children functioning in the book as a sort of a scaffolding. These short lives and potential futures rendered down to 40 answers. Quote, if the child answers the questionnaire correctly, he or she is more likely to have a case strong enough to increase its chances of being placed with a pro bono attorney. An answer is correct if it strengthens the child's case and provides a potential avenue of relief. So in the warped world of immigration, the correct answer is, for example, a girl who reveals that her father is an alcoholic who physically or sexually abused her, or when a boy reports that he received death threats, end quote. The power of Tell Me How It Ends lies in the details and in the anecdotes. Details like a line in the immigrant's prayer, to leave is to die a little, to arrive is never to arrive. Details like the grandmother who embroidered a 10-digit phone number into the collar of her granddaughter's dress so she wouldn't forget it. Details like the Spanish word used for the freezing cold immigration facilities at the border, icebox. Quote, the little girl concentrates on her coloring book, a crayon in her right hand. The older one has her hands crossed as an adult might, and she answers my questions one by one. She's a little shy, but tries to be clear and precise in her answers, delivering all of them with a big smile, toothless here and there. Why did you come to the United States? I don't know. After a quick break, I'll be joined by Valeria Luiselli. She's the award-winning author of numerous works of fiction, nonfiction, and essays, including today's Velshi Band Book Club feature, Tell Me How It Ends, an essay in 40 questions. Don't miss the conversation. All right, joining me now, Valeria Luiselli, the languages and literature professor at Bard College and the award-winning author and essayist of numerous works, including today's Velshi Band Book Club feature, Tell Me How It Ends, an essay in 40 questions. Valeria, welcome to the Velshi Band Book Club.
Hello, thank you for having me.
You write in Tell Me How It Ends, you allude to how the title came about. It was conversations that you were having with your daughter about your volunteer work. I want to read from it, in which you say, quote, tell me how it ends, Mama, my daughter asks me. I don't know. Tell me what happens next. Sometimes I make up an ending, a happy one, but most of the time I just say, I don't know how it ends yet, end quote. And here's the thing, in the 10 years since you did this volunteer work, not only has the crisis on which you write not ended, it's become substantially worse.
Absolutely, it has. And in fact, I've been writing a book for the past couple of years, a book that I don't know if I should publish during this administration, to be honest. It's a little scary to think that, but I did not see something crucial when I was writing Tell Me How It Ends, it wasn't really visible for most people, not even, I would say, for immigration lawyers working very closely on cases back in 2014, 2015. And that is that the direction in which things were moving at a very fast pace was not so much in ramping up deportation proceedings, which was the case back then, right? There were hundreds of thousands of children arriving, and then the Obama administration ramped up deportation proceedings against them. But instead of that direction, the turn things took during the first Trump administration was in ramping up the detention of undocumented minors in detention centers that were being kind of improvised, mushrooming all over the country. And that is the direction in which things are now in the second administration, moving ever so dangerously quickly.
So to the rest of us who don't experience this one-on-one with these children, generally speaking, if you are a person with morals and a conscience, you think it's bad. But you were actually, you spoke to these children. You knew that their questions would be determinant, likely, as to whether they would get representation and maybe be able to stay. Tell me what that's like, particularly, in your world as a mother.
I mean, in my role as a mother or beyond it, I think what was very baffling to understand in the period in which I was volunteering as a translator and also sort of an intake questionnaire holder of all that information was that the children had to prove that they had a case that lawyers could potentially win in court, and winning the case basically meant protecting them against a deportation order, right?
Right.
And in order to prove that, children had to have a narrative that was compelling enough, that hit the right markers in legalese, so that lawyers could say, okay, this child, we can represent this child, and we can win the case. Otherwise, oftentimes they wouldn't take on the case. And what was particularly heartbreaking and frustrating was that for the smaller children, right, children of 5 or 6 or 7 years old, that narrative was impossible to generate. Oftentimes, children didn't know why really they had come. They had been, put on in the hands of a coyote to bring them over so that they could reunite with a family member, because things had gotten just too dangerous in their hometowns, and children were being kidnapped and girls were being raped. But a girl that's 6 years old cannot really explain that, right? So it was very hard to build a narrative of a case that would defend children in the most vulnerable positions.
I want to explore something you said. It was almost offhanded, but you're a professor and an author, and you said, I got an idea about something I might write, but I might not write it right now. I mean, what a thing, right? To have this conversation, to even say that out loud in this world that we're in. And I think that applies to journalists and lawyers and judges and protesters and everybody in this country. That you and I are having this discussion in 2025 in America is mind-boggling.
It's baffling and so scary because things change so quickly, and we're not prepared for these sudden big changes. Even if they've been boiling up for years, they arrive and we're just not ready. And yes, I mean, the idea that so many of us are scared to speak our minds publicly, to publish a book, to publish an op-ed is, I mean, I think it's a fear we have to just swim against, because I think otherwise it'll be a kind of self-fulfilled prophecy as well, right? But I think we do have to find in these years a balance between protecting ourselves but protecting freedom of speech more widely, right? So that we can't, yes, so that we don't remain silent, because then if we do remain silent, we somehow become also passively complicit in the horrors that are happening right under our noses, right? So how we find that is, I think, the biggest challenge right now for a lot of us who are involved in different forms of activism and care, not only for the immigration system and the protection of migrant rights, but so many other things, women's rights and environmental justice. Like, how do we act from a place that where we can continue to push against the atrocities that are happening so fast under our eyes, right? And I think one of the things is, amidst the daily events and the shock politics of it, how do we keep our eyes on the long-term plans? And so sort of to go back to deportation versus detention, I think that in the immigration system, we have to focus, of course, on the illegal deportations of people, on the brutality of the ICE raids, all of that makes the news, but then disappears. But we have to keep our eyes on the long-term plan. And I believe that the long-term plan is the profitable plan, and it's not deportation. The profitable plan is the amplification of the detention system, which is part of the greater prison industrial complex.
We touched on this a few weeks ago, but I think we need to do a lot more on it. Thank you, Valeria. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to our newest member of the Vel Shabban Book Club, Valeria Luiselli, author of Tell Me How It Ends, an essay in 40 questions.